Now, one by one, we are going to discuss in detail related to the heads. The flat plate head, which is to be closed at the two ends. That means it is clamped at these two ends. And the second type, that is, it is free to move. That means it is not welded. It is free to move. It can be very easily be taken out and can be put on. So it is the two edges, they are supported. Now these two edges which are supported, they will exert the different type of the stresses. So when we think of these two different type of the stresses, that is, we are having the flat edge is simply supported, and second is the edges are fully fixed. That means they are clamped. So to calculate the stresses, we are having the formula 0.31 P into D square upon T square when the flat plates, they are simply supported. Now the second case, when the edges are assumed to be fully fixed, that means they are clamped. Then your formula is T, which is equal to 0.188 P into D square upon T square. So generalized formula that we can have, the thickness which is equal to C, which is constant, that is nothing but the 0.31 or 0.188, that is depending on how it is attached. D is nothing but the diameter, and under root P upon F. Now these are the stress concentration which is observed in case of a flat plates. So they are not used at higher pressures. They are preferred for atmospheric operations. And thickness, when you calculate by using this formula, is generally the higher thickness. And as the thickness is more, the material cost, that will be also more. The weight of the vessel, that will be also more. So to uniformly distribute the stress concentrations, the different types of the formed heads, they are used. So we are having the less thickness, less material cost, fabrication, that is also the second part, which is taken when the higher thicknesses are there, then the fabrication will become more and more difficult to cut it in the desired dimensions. Then attachment of head to the shell, that should be made easy. Then fitting of the different nozzles, that means certain inlet outlet nozzles are there which are to be fitted properly. Therefore you have to do the welding, cutting. So all these operations, they will be reduced cost when you are going to decrease the thickness. Then weight, and therefore the transportation and handling difficulties are reduced. So to avoid all these different things, the heads, they are specifically formed. So coming to the various types of the formed heads, the shallow dished head, the toruspherical head, elliptical head, hemispherical head, and conical heads. And these heads are used at a higher pressure. Flat plates, they are only for atmospheric conditions. However, as we are increasing the pressure, the required curvature that also increases for uniform stress distribution. Now in the formed heads, the formed heads, they are obtained by giving a certain curvature to the flat plate. That means the flat plate that is there, and you are giving a certain curvature at both the ends. So that is going to make a certain curvature at this end, and it will look like this, a certain curvature that is provided. This is more or less a flat shallow dished head. Then this shallow dished head, they are used at a slightly higher pressure. However, the toruspherical head, that is also used. Now these toruspherical heads, they are generally with such a arrangement so that there is a certain crown radius RC, that is the crown radius, then RK, that is the knuckle radius, SF, that is the straight flange portion, and T, that is the thickness of the shell. Now crown radius and knuckle radius, they are there. Crown radius is equal to the diameter of the vessel, or diameter of the vessel means 100% of the diameter of the vessel, or it can be 90% of the diameter of the vessel, or it can be 80% of the diameter of the vessel. This crown radius. And knuckle radius, that can be the 6%, 8%, 10%. So it makes a combination of 6, 90, 8, 100, or 10, 90. All these permutations and combinations can be made in between this crown radius and knuckle radius. So while problem solving, you must know the understanding of the knuckle radius and the crown radius. Crown radius, that is what? The curvature given to the dish. Now this is the flat, a certain curvature that has been provided here. If a certain curvature that is provided here, it becomes your crown radius, and the curvature which is on this side, that is nothing but the knuckle radius. This is what? The knuckle radius we can see, and for this plate there is no crown radius, but this crown radius is provided for this flat face. So it will look like this, the crown radius and the knuckle radius that is at the corners. Then to calculate, here you can see the knuckle radius is 6 to 10% of the vessel diameter. The crown radius is 80 to 100% of the vessel diameter. Then the straight flange portion, that is in between 15 to 20 mm. SF is nothing but the straight flange portion, which is 15 to 20 millimeter. Then the thickness of the toruspherical head, that is calculated by P D or RC into M upon 2FJ. Our basic equation, PD upon 2FJ, that is there. For pressure vessel calculation, for circumferential stresses, we are using the thickness which is equal to PD upon 2FJ. Now to this, we are multiplying by a factor M. M, that is called the stress intensity factor. And this M, that is calculated as 1/4 into bracket 3 plus root of RC upon RK. This is capital R. RC is the crown radius, RK is the knuckle radius. Means M, that is incorporating the under root of ratio of knuckle radius, crown radius to the knuckle radius, and its value is less than 1. 0.4, 0.77, that is generally the value for M. And this is used for the pressures between 1 kgs to the 15 kgs per centimeter square. Then the elliptical head. All of us know the ellipse is having the minor axis and the major axis, that is there for ellipse. Generally, the major axis to the minor axis ratio is 2.6:1 is used for the fabrication of a head. That is, major axis to the minor axis ratio is 2.6:1. This is giving more uniform curvature, and as the more uniform curvature is provided, the stress distribution will be more, and as a result you will require the less thickness. So elliptical heads, they are used for the vessels operating above 15 kgs per centimeter square. Then the calculation of thickness, PD upon 2FJ multiplied by the V. V is the stress intensity factor for calculation of the elliptical head. And this V, that is calculated by 1/6 into bracket 2 plus K square, where K is the major axis to the minor axis ratio. Then the hemispherical heads. Still, if the pressure that is increased, then the hemispherical heads, they are preferred because it is the minimum thickness that is required in case of a hemispherical head. Because the formula is PD upon 4FJ. So in this case, the stress intensity factor becomes 1/2. But the fabrication of this hemispherical heads is more difficult and more costly. So it is avoided to fabricate the hemispherical heads. Fabrication of an elliptical head is requiring more specification and becomes a little bit costly. So cheapest, which is going to give the proper distribution, that is the torus spherical head. Then the conical head that is there. This conical heads, they're used at the bottom generally. Bottom of the evaporators, bottom of the cyclone separator, bottom of the hydrocyclones. And why these conical heads they are used? They're for the draining, to take out the material, so that as the vessel that is the conical bottom, it will flow very easily up to the bottom and will be taken out. Even at the bottom of the silos, where the storage is done, solid storage, there is silos. There also this conical bottoms, they are preferred. so that by the gravity the material will flow down and will be taken out from the bottom. Now generally the cone is having an apex angle of 30 to 40, that is mostly common. Then the formula used is again PD upon 2Fj multiplied by the 1 upon cos alpha, where is alpha is the half apex angle of the cone. Then if the vessels, they are subjected to the external pressure, then the thickness calculation is done by using the given formula. You can pause and you can draw the different types of the head: the standard shallow dished head, the toruspherical head, the elliptical head, hemispherical head, and the conical head. Now, how to select the head, that is another important factor. In general, the vessel, if it is operated at atmospheric condition, then the flat plates, they are preferred. For slightly higher pressures, that is from 1 to 15 kgs per centimeter square, the toruspherical head, they are preferred. Their cost of fabrication is comparatively less, but higher than the cost of fabrication of a flat plate, because we are giving a certain shape to that. We are forming a dish, curvature de rahe hai apan, right? Flat, it requires a minimum fabrication, but as you are providing the curvature to this, it changing its shape and giving the uniform stresses. Then the elliptical heads, they are preferred for more than 15 kgs per centimeter square and require the more fabrication cost as compared to the toruspherical head and the flat head. But the hemispherical heads, which are giving the highest stress distribution, their fabrication cost is very high. So they are preferred for only special purposes. Generally, the toruspherical head with 100 to 6, that is the 100 is the crown radius and 6 is the knuckle radius, they are preferred. And the economic reasons, that is the 80 to 10 head ratio, that is preferred. Now we will see the numerical related to the heads. In these numericals, there are calculation of the thickness required for the flat plate, calculation of a thickness for a toruspherical head, elliptical head, hemispherical head, and the thickness calculation for conical head, that will be considered. However, we will take the first problem, that is for calculation of a thickness with a flat head. Now this numerical, you can read it as a cast iron cylinder of inside diameter 160 millimeter is subjected to a pressure of 15 Newton per millimeter square. The permissible working stresses for the cast iron may be taken as 25 Newton per millimeter square. If the cylinder is closed by a flat head cast iron with the cylindrical wall, find the thickness of cylindrical wall and the flat head. The inside diameter that is given 160, pressure 15. It's a subjected to a pressure of, this is the design pressure. This is the design pressure. Ft, that is the stresses, 25 Newton per millimeter square. Now our formula related to the calculation of a thickness of a flat head, which is T, which is equal to K or C into D under root of P upon Ft. Now this is the head which is cast integral with the cylinder wall. Therefore, K is taken as 0.044. However, we have considered the formula for two different situations, that is the welded and is supported at the two ends. There the constants are different, that 0.31 and 0.188. Now in this case the constant is 0.44. So it's a simple substitution, thickness which is equal to 0.44, that is the constant, into diameter under root of pressure upon 25. This pressure is the design pressure. So thickness comes out to the 54.5 mm, and you cannot get the 54.5 mm thickness material, so it has to be rounded off next to the 60 mm. So 60 mm, that means a 6 centimeter thickness that will be required. So only for a pressure of 15 kgs per centimeter square, you are requiring the 6 centimeter thickness. 6 centimeter thickness, a huge thickness. Then the second numerical is for the calculation of the thickness for torus spherical head, for elliptical head, and for hemispherical head. In this torus spherical head, that is 106, and torus spherical head with 80-10. Now here 100 is the crown radius and 6 is the knuckle radius. In this case 80 is the crown radius and 10 is the knuckle radius. And the design pressure is 3.5 kgs per centimeter square. Now here the joint efficiency is 100%. Permissible stresses of the material is 1250 kgs per centimeter square. First we will consider the thickness calculation for torus spherical head with 106. Now the meaning of the crown radius, that is R, which is equal to the diameter, which is 100% in this case. So this RC, that becomes 100, and RK, it should be RK, that is the crown radius, which is 6. So this is M, that is calculated as 1/4, 3 plus under root of 100 upon 6, which is equal to 1.77. So thickness that comes as the 2.478 into 10 to the power minus 3 meters, which is nothing but 4.78 millimeters. Then the thickness for torus spherical head with 80-10. In this case, the crown radius will become 0.8%. The diameter of the vessel is 1. So it becomes 0.8 meters, and the crown radius is 0.1 times the diameter of the vessel. So it comes as a 0.1. So it becomes ratio of RC upon RK. So value of M, that comes as the 1.457. So thickness, that is coming as 2.04 millimeter. Then the thickness of elliptical head. In this case, the major axis to the minor axis ratio is 2:1. In some cases, it is 2.6:1 also. So this is the V, the constant, multiplication constant, that is 1/6 into bracket 2 plus k square, where k is the major axis to the minor axis ratio. So major axis is 2, minor axis is 1. So the value of k becomes 4. So V comes out as the 1.0. So thickness that is coming as 1.4 millimeter. Now the next is the thickness of a hemispherical head. Your formula is thickness, which is equal to PD upon 4FJ. And the thickness that comes as the 0.7 mm. Now, if you will look to the thickness, the numerical values for thickness calculation, that is 2.47 mm, then 2.04 mm, then 1.4 mm, and 0.7 mm. So these are your numerical values which are actually coming. That means as you are changing from toruspherical head to the elliptical head to the hemispherical head, your thickness decreases. Now when you compare with the elliptical head and the hemispherical head, it is exactly the half, because in this case the value of V is 1 for the major axis to the minor axis ratio, that is 2:1. But if the major axis to the minor axis ratio that varies, then the value of V changes. Then you can calculate the percentage change or the excess requirement of the thickness. Now the blank diameter, that is another requirement in case of the head calculation. What is blank diameter? For the curvature. Now if this is the plate, this plate, its actual diameter is this. However, to fabricate this, you require a bigger diameter. So slightly higher diameter, so slightly higher, bigger diameter that will be required. So that is what the blank diameter, the diameter of a circular plate required to form a hemispherical head of a radius r with straight flange portion. Means you have to also add the straight flange portion to that, SF or F, and this is calculated as D, which is equal to 8R into F plus R whole raised to 0.5. Similarly, the blank diameter for toruspherical head, that can be calculated by using the given formula. So blank diameter, that is also another important consideration for designing of the heads. That means we have discussed the classification of the heads, the requirement, that means the selection of the head, the thickness calculation, and the blank diameter, that means the material required or the diameter of the plate that is required to form the head with the desired dimensions. Also, in addition to this, we can see the different videos related to the fabrication of the head, pressure vessel head, from the internet.